All right, today we're going to cover how to fill a 2.5 gallon water can or APW. No special tools are needed for this, or shouldn't be. Everything on the APW should be hand tight. The first thing that you're going to do is after you use the water can or APW, you're going to make sure that all of the pressure is off. And so you're going to depress the handle to allow all the pressure out of the can so you can unscrew the stem nut by hand and remove the spray nozzle. Some of them may or may not have the spacer in them, and all that this spacer is for is a guide to let you know basically the water level that needs to be filled before you add any air to the can. But what we have figured out is that it's roughly 2 gallons in a 2.5 gallon can. So what we've done is we've already measured out a pitcher that we use for filling the water can, and then of course the pressurized foam Class B extinguisher, which will be covered in another film. But basically we've got a 1 gallon pitcher, and we're going to dump our first gallon of water into the water can. I'm now going to add the second gallon of water to the water can to complete the total amount of water that is placed in the 2.5 gallon water can or APW. Now that we have both 2 gallons into the water can or APW, this is now the time when we replace the valve stem back into the water can and make sure that the stem nut is on hand tight, because once we add our compressed air, it will make sure it tightens everything up so nothing comes loose or leaks. Now we've got that nice and firm, we're going to go over to the air compressor and add our compressed air to the water can. All right, so we have our APW or pressurized water can full of water. We have our stem nut into the can, hand tight, and now we're ready at the air compressor to add our compressed air, which will pressurize the water can and help evacuate all the water onto the fire. Basically, it's just like filling a tire on a bicycle or any kind of automobile. You got your air chuck valve stem back here, and you just plug it in. And basically, how you know whenever you're done adding air is that you'll hear the air pressure either stabilize or go away, or there's also a pressure gauge on the front, and when the needle moves from the red to the green, you're good to go. And that pretty much concludes how to fill a water can or pressurized water extinguisher.